What's going on, Salam guys, and welcome to the James Football Show with your hosts, Horace and Omar. And today we got another special guest for you guys. The guy you can clearly hear every weekend. It's D'Lo.
Hi, guys.
What's going on, bud?
So yeah, we're just gonna be doing our usual thing, going through the power rankings, going through this week's schedule. So yeah, I'll let you guys start. Who you guys got number one?
I'll be honest with you. I'm gonna still go with Boonton.
Wow. Okay.
Until you take the crown and really have like an impressive win over them, I think you can't knock them for a one-score tough game like that.
Okay. What about you, Omar?
I'm with D'Lo. The Canes have been the best team in the league so far this year, but like being in the playoffs and Boone have been through already. The Canes, they may have a little bit of figuring out to do when it comes that time. But their quarterback has been sensational, and they look like they've really got some good chemistry going, and they're just firing off all cylinders. But Boonton has been there already. They already know how it works.
So I have the Canes this week as my number one team, and honestly, that was a good game. That was a great drive by them at the end, and I honestly think at this point Matt Carroll's the best QB this year. I just think as a runner and as a passer, he's just so good.
I agree.
The other thing I like about the Hurricanes, I think their secondary is really good. Collis I'm pretty sure he created that scheme for them. It's a cover two trail technique. He loves that. He loves that kind of defense. It's something I'm gonna be looking to attack that.
Everybody in this league loves cover two.
I don't know. There's a lot of people play cover three. I think Dime played cover, or I think Dime played man last year. I'm not entirely sure.
They play man this year. They man. They're gonna play right in your face.
All right. Yeah. So if you guys have Boone as your number one, who's your number two?
I got the Canes at 2.
Yeah, Canes.
All right.
You could almost go 1A, 1B with those two right now because you got to give the Canes credit because they did go and win that game. But at the same time, I still think it was such a tight game that could have gone either way.
Yeah, man. And then Omar, what's your reasoning for the Canes at number 2?
Just honestly, the experience factor of Boonton. Canes have been the best team in all aspects this year when you put everything together. But Boonton's experience, what they're capable of, they get that respect of just being a notch above them.
All right. So who do you have as number 3?
I got the Swag.
All right.
Looks like they're starting to get it together. D'Lo, you're healthy again.
Yeah, I'd like to think that.
Looks like they're getting some of their guys back. We were just talking about it, off air before. Jay and Manny and everyone is getting back together. Attendance issues, I'm sure, won't be an issue by the end of the season and into the playoffs. I know you're going to hold them all accountable. What's up?
I said people can't handle me whining. They'll show up.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, they're not, they're just going to be there not to hear from you. Like, okay, deal. I'm there. Shut up.
Yep.
Instead of 18 text messages a day. Come on, man. Come.
Yep.
All right, Dealer. Do you put yourself at number 3, or where do you have your team?
I'm gonna do this whole segment without putting my team in a power ranking because there's no way I can honestly do it. Because I'm gonna put our team at number 1. But like I said, honestly, if I'm gonna admit us and try to give my best unbiased at 3. I probably got to give it to Dime City right now.
All right.
And I had Dime City at 3 last week. Just the bye week and just the recency of Swag playing last week. I'm just putting them there, but it's close. I'm putting Dime City at 4.
All right. So when it comes to me, I actually put Swag at 3, and then I put Dime City at 4, and I think they moved up a spot from me. I was at the game. They played against us. They pitched a shutout against us. I do think their offense is still struggling a bit, but I think their defense is really solid. And I do think their offensive line is pretty good. I for some reason, I thought it just flew under the radar. But they're a really, stout bunch.
Looks like they added Dylan Frank again. Was he at the game?
I don't know, honestly. I'll be honest. I don't even know who Dylan Frank is. So
he was on their team 2 years ago. I don't know if you remember, their OT game with the Knights.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he caught a big extra point or something like that.
Okay.
Big guy, right?
Yeah, huge, good player too.
The lineman, yeah, he's a good lineman. I haven't seen him really actually. No, I haven't seen him at all.
Okay, so
And we haven't really had film on them.
Yeah, I think Dime City has the least amount of film this year. I think they only have 1 or 2 games up. But I think we both had, or you had them at number 3, right, Omar?
No, I'm actually switching. I know I had him at 3 last week just because Swag played last week. Dime was off. Putting Dime back at 4. It's like a 3A, 3B kind of thing.
All right. Dilo, what's your thing on Dime besides where you have them ranked? Or
like I said, I omitting our team, I got 1 Hurricanes. I mean, 1 Boonton, 2 Hurricanes, 3 Dime City.
Okay.
I think. I mean, listen, they're solid. They're in your face. They they get after it. And they play man. All you got to do. I mean, to be honest with you, if you're better than them, you'll beat them. That's basically how they're playing. Because if you have the athletes to beat their athletes, you're going to be able to put up some points. If you don't have the athletes, they're going to shut you down. And especially, they do have a pretty decent pass rush.
All right. Tell me how you guys feel.
Maybe above average pass rush.
Tell me how you guys feel about Dime City's little brother, the Heavy Hitters.
Well, I just faced them this last week. Honestly, I mean, I was hurt from the day before. That Friday morning, I'd woken up with like really bad back spasms, and it just didn't go away. And I tried like playing on Saturday, and I had to give up playing offense, and I was just playing half the defense, and then my back kind of gave out. But so I wasn't like watching the game fully, but I did notice like they have definitely a couple guys you got to game plan with around. Number 6, number 2, number 88. The receiver is a solid little guy, James Cologne.
Yeah, those two. 6 and 88, they're very, very, very good. Especially 88. I think 88's an awesome
he's underrated.
receiver.
Yeah, he's not getting his clout yet as a rookie, but he makes plays like it seems like every week he's breaking one open. And their quarterback's solid. He's smart and he's really smart. Is. He takes care of the ball. He doesn't really force it. He'll actually take a sack rather than try to like throw it away or like try to force it. So he's solid. He's very steady.
It's a Kaim Bell, number 6.
Oh, so go on.
Yeah, that number 6, Kaim Bell. He looks like he's like he makes every time I watch a film on them or I'm at a game, he makes a big play for them. And then 88 is like he seems like their guy that's just going to move the chains for you. He's going to get it done every play. He's always a threat to make a play. But 6 is every time it's like a 60-yard game, 20-yard game. It's always big plays with him.
So, yeah, I've always shout out Kaim Bell, and Cologne is he's fast. So one thing that I found interesting is the parallels that these heavy hitters have to last year's Dime City, where Dime City was a little inconsistent in the beginning, but now they're trying to now heavy hitters are finding their momentum just like Dime City did. And I think they're going to be a really dangerous playoff team, just like Dime City this year.
That's what I was last week I was saying they might be a sleeper team. Like, we haven't really seen enough from them to know, but like it looked like they had athletes, maybe they're starting to put it together.
Mm-hmm. What are you saying, Dilo?
I said I cannot wait to see them play Dime City. I actually have heavy hitters this week, but that should be an interesting matchup, those two. That's
like Westbrook versus Durant, if you think about it.
All right, so number 6, Omar, I have your Knights here. What's going on with your team, man?
I mean, injuries, attendance issues. Like the last couple of weeks, we've had trouble getting 10. Gordon brothers, Josh and Zeph, hamstrings. A couple guys that are just in and out of the lineup. I'm hurt. I don't even know like what my status is for the rest of the season because I've never had like lower back issues before, and it seems like it might be something really serious. If I'm down and we don't get, even if Josh and Zeph come back and they're not even 100%, that's a negative. And we don't have a quarterback still. Like we're trying to put Ahmed Gebel at quarterback. And that's always been our Achilles heel, that we've never had any offensive cohesion or a steady quarterback that we can rely upon. So when you put that all together, we've been on a real downward trend. We have VS this week. Hopefully we get back on track. I won't be playing. And then we got to move from there. Dime City in a week from this weekend will be a big, big, big test for us. And might have to take a cortisone or something, but I want to play. But I don't know if I'll be able to play that game.
All right, well, everyone knows my evaluation on the Knights. Dilo, what's yours?
I think they're super solid. They'll get it together. They're very physical. They have athletes. I mean, he's right. You gotta get some stability at the quarterback position. But I mean, I don't know why you guys don't just roll with DeZutter at quarterback. At the end of the day, he might not have the arm that anybody wants to, but it was like the situation, my team was in a couple years ago. We had Alt playing quarterback, and it was just because he was going to make plays. Same thing. I can see DeZutter. He makes plays. In our game, when we were in the overtime game. You tell me that kid needs 20 yards in 4 plays, he's going to get it. Whether it's through the air, on the ground, he'll get 20 yards. You guys just got to keep him in the game.
The only issue is that we haven't had any playmakers really be consistent week to week when he's at quarterback. He doesn't really have options. We brought in Corey Wallace, who's just trying to figure out his league, and he's also getting hurt. Kai Young hurt his knee again, or his ankle, I'm not sure. And he's one of our main playmakers. And we just a couple of the guys that we had early on that just got hurt, like Josh. So
Josh is solid.
When we put Jeff at quarterback, we don't really have any threat on the outside. Jeff is our main threat outside.
No doubt.
So we have to figure it out. We might try to make a late season addition, whether if it's at quarterback or wide receiver.
I mean, it is one thing to note that I think the last day to add someone is before your 6th game, and I think almost every team's had that. So,
is it before the 6th game?
Yeah, it's before the 6th game. I don't know how many games you guys have played, but
we already played 6.
So that might be.
Wait, I thought as long as you played 2 games in a regular season, you were eligible for the playoffs.
That's if they're on your roster already.
Oh,
yeah. So
okay, so I gotta talk to Gable. He doesn't know that because I think he was trying to add someone this week.
No, signups have been closed this week actually because I know there were 2 teams left with eligibility. All right, okay. So I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna move on. Number 7, I got the Spartans. What do you guys think about them? Let's start with you, D'Lo.
They're always solid. They got an unbelievable offensive defensive line, and they get after it. I mean, I think it's Hassan Hamdan. I don't want to butcher his name, but
that's
it. He has a motor, man. He's strong and he's got a motor. I don't think he really has any special moves or anything about them. He's not finesse, but he's gonna run through you and he's gonna keep coming. I mean, he's awesome to watch. I'll tell you, he's fun to watch. And they have athletes. They have playmakers. They're a lot like Dime City too. If they man up, and if you got the athletes to beat them, you can beat them. But I mean, they get after it too on the defensive line. So they're right in your face. If you're better than them, you got a good chance. If you're not, then they're really gonna beat you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right, D'Lo. A guy like Hassan Hamdan, what he does is a basic fundamental, but it's so effective and it's so crucial to effective D-line plays that he just stays low.
Yep.
I want to say almost 90% of the linemen, and I'm guilty of that at times because I'm tall. They just go straight up and they're running straight like a sprinter. But Hamdan stays low, never gives up his chest. And when you do that, you're a hard block just like that. Especially there's no pads. He keeps low. He's quick. He has strong legs. And the fact that he does that, it makes him difficult to block. And he keeps that advantage with him all game, play to play. And that's a tip for any defensive lineman to stay low. And all defensive linemen should know that you got to stay low because that's when they're best.
Yeah, stop,
most powerful.
Stop telling them that. I just have to block everyone.
Come on, maybe 5'4".
5'8" on a good day.
Okay, yeah.
And when you have a motor like him too, that wears the other team down.
Yeah.
That's and it's the same thing. NFL, every level, that's an underrated thing. Running the football, it's a lost art in the NFL. You wear teams down when you have that motor and you just can keep coming and coming and coming. And you just want, it's that 3rd and 3 and you just want that break. And then he's still coming, man. That's a big deal. Very, very underrated aspect of football in general.
Mm-hmm. So when it came to their game against VS this week, it was against the Gladiators this weekend. And I like how they got their mojo back a bit. They were on a little bit of a tilt. I mean, they lost the week before, I believe, to Boonton. I'm not 100% sure on that. But yeah, they still won the game without Hassan Hamdan. He actually wasn't there that game. And they took advantage of breakdowns and coverage. They had 2 long touchdowns. And, it did seem like Omar Bassi did have a long time to throw out there against the Gladiators. And I think the Gladiators have a decent defensive line.
Yeah, no, they have some big guys on the Gladiators.
Mm-hmm. Actually, now that we're talking about the Gladiators, they're on next up on my list at number 8. What do you guys think about them?
No way.
What do you mean, no way?
I would have Union still.
You gotta have the Union. Listen, I don't care until the
I know.
until they can't play anymore. There's something about them. They I mean, we just played them and we rolled them. But listen, they are such a fundamentally sound team. I think they're having a little bit of roster issues. I think they're having a little bit of injury issues. I mean, if they don't get in the playoffs, I'd be shocked. And if they get in the playoffs, I don't want to play them round one. That's a horrible matchup round one. That really is.
I know. They're just trying to get in. That's all they're worried about.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing as last year. Like Boonton, like they're not an 8 seed. They're not a 7 seed. Like it's horrible when you have to play a team like that round one.
Did you guys watch that one game, the Union against the Gladiators? I thought that was one of the worst games I'd ever seen.
I know.
And then the Union looked really bad that game. It was embarrassing how bad that they looked.
They're like the San Antonio Spurs. They don't care about the regular season as long as they're in the playoffs. Everyone's healthy. They're clearing out their schedules probably for like late November and December. They'll all be there, ready to go. So that's all they're worried about. They're not worried about being 8-2. As long as they're just in, that's all that matters to them.
Until the Union's dead, for me they are. You have to respect them until until they're eliminated mathematically.
Well, hear me now, believe me later. I'm already sticking a fork in the team formerly known as the Union. I think they're done. I think their reign is over with. This is a team that won 9-1 last year. Now they're struggling to get in as an 8 seed.
Who are they missing? They're missing the
Muhammad Mofo, number 9.
They're missing him. They're missing
what a name.
They're missing that defensive end and tight end Dominic Russo, right? He's out. He's not there.
He was there.
He's been there?
I don't know if he's been there, but he played us.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then that might be the only games. I don't think I've seen him. I watched 2 of their games. I didn't see him at all.
He's a very good player.
Yeah, he's very solid. Also a high motor guy.
Yep.
And the Mahmouds are not there. Kareem and Almer.
I mean, I don't think Kareem has played really.
No, Kareem hasn't played for 2 years. He played a game last year when he was visiting from Dubai. Yeah, he played. I think he played like one of the last games of the season.
Do they even have him on the roster this year? If they do, why?
I think I might have actually saw him on the roster.
He is on the roster. I'm looking at it right now. Oh my god. But yeah. To me, this is the team that's formerly known as a Union. They're a carcass of their former selves. I just don't know what to expect of them anymore.
They got Rajab and they got Mustafa. That gives them a chance every week.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go back on the Gladiators real quick. And you know what? Like, they're still, I don't know, man. They seem like they have a lack of cohesion. Their offensive line is really bad. And somehow Kilkenny's doing well as a runner. He's getting, I guess, he's working with it and getting some throws off. But, like, the offense doesn't look like they're working hard. And the team as a whole looks like they're giving up, like, even a quarter into the game. The defense is okay. I think their linebackers are really good. That kid, Mahmoud, he's always near the ball. That's the thing I saw on the tape.
He's a little sneaky kid, yeah. You don't even know where he is on the field half the time. He's just there.
Yeah.
It's hard to take them as a serious threat. Do you want to go ahead, Dilo?
Yeah, I don't want to say that. I misspoke. They're not very good, but I think they have a lot of potential because, I mean, Dave is a great flag football player. So, like, if you give him a chance, maybe he starts to warm up with this offense. Maybe they start to get a little bit of, cohesion going there. And they do have another guy from the Hurricanes, Devin Young, who's another solid player. He's been in JAMS for a while. He's another very, very underrated, very good player.
Mm-hmm. He's a cornerback.
Yeah, they have some talent there. I think they could definitely make a sneaky run there if they get it together. I don't know that they will, but it's definitely a possibility. I mean, I know we play them coming up soon, and I don't like to take anybody lightly. So, I look forward to playing them as well. Just because they have a nice, like, a couple new guys there.
All right.
It just seems like they lack organization. That's the bottom line with them.
Well,
Yeah, that'll happen when you don't have the same guys there.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to move on, and I'm going to start off with my team. I'm going to kick this one off. Honestly, it's been a couple weeks. There's still a lack of effort offensively. It's disgusting, man. Like, people are, like, walking to the huddle, walking out of the huddle when the clock is ticking. I don't know. This is, like, it's been bad. What do you guys think about my team? A lot of silence here.
You want to start, D'Lo? Sigh.
It's okay. You don't have to be worried about hurting my feelings.
If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess I just went after my team enough, so.
Yep.
All right, VS. Are they even going to show up this week? I think they showed up last week. So there's that.
I mean, we're playing them this week. Yeah, I mean, can they just show up and then we'll like consistently and then we'll evaluate them from there? I mean, they've shown little flashes, obviously. But I mean, commitment, if you don't have commitment or full commitment to the league, then you're not going to be one of the top teams in the league. It's an absolute necessary.
They showed up for our game, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they definitely did. I mean, that was also the first week there, so. Yeah.
They, I mean, listen, their quarterback is very, very, very good.
He has the arm talent for sure.
I mean, no, I mean, I'm telling you. And then I don't know if it was him making the calls in the huddle, but when they played us, and I've been playing this league for a while. We've been, running a very similar scheme most years. He was picking apart our zone, and it was super frustrating because one, my hamstring was still bothering me. It was like a rehab game for me. I was just trying to get back into game shape. But I mean, he just went right down the field like 3 or 4 times. And it was like almost – I was like, I don't even want to play defense. This is ridiculous. He's just walking down the field. Very, very, very good. Made a lot of smart decisions. And then they had a couple talented receivers when I saw them. They were missing Dave Marriott and Vic that game. But I think if they could field a full roster, I think they could upset some teams down the stretch here.
I mean, they only got a couple weeks left. And somehow I still don't think they're out of playoff contention. I still think they can make it mathematically.
I'm sure they can.
Yeah. So, yeah. Any thoughts?
I mean, historically, if you have 3 wins, I think, you're in the running for a playoff spot.
Yeah, 3 or 4 wins is going to be the mark.
The magic number. All right. So we're coming up at like the 20-minute mark. You guys want to move on to predictions?
Sure.
We're getting sick of us? I don't understand. What's the problem?
I mean, I just like to keep it short, keep people interested.
They're interested.
Okay. Speaking for the people.
Wants to hear what I have to say.
All right. So let's go with the first game of the weekend, the Union versus Spartans. Spartans are 6.5-point favorites. I'm surprised that this spread isn't in the double digits.
Oh my gosh, so disrespectful.
Union did beat them last year. Don't forget that. Different team, but still.
I don't know, man. I just don't like them. I just think the Union are getting too much respect. I mean, if you're looking at the other teams getting like larger spreads, for example, heavy hitters are Swag is 12.5-point favorites to heavy hitters. Heavy hitters are a good team. I don't think the Union are a good team.
I'm going to take the Union. Just for how you've been, I'm gonna pick them. I think that Bessie show up. They take the Spartans seriously. I know that. 12-6 Union.
Okay, D'Lo, what's your prediction on this?
I'm gonna take the Union too. I'm gonna take them 14-13.
Wow,
yeah. How do you feel now, Harris? How do you feel?
I'll tell you how I feel. You know what my prediction is? My prediction is Spartans.
Oh, here we go.
14-0. They're gonna pitch a shutout.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Ahead.
I don't think the Union are a good team anymore. Maybe last year's team I would give respect to, but this team is washed up. They're done. They have they have 2 playmakers. They have 2 playmakers outside of the quarterback position, and I think they're over with.
All right. Anything else?
Yeah.
You know, make fun of their families too while you're at it. So disrespectful, God.
All right. Let's go with the second game of the weekend. The Hurricanes are 14.5-point favorites to my team, Code Red. This one's on you. I can't pick this one.
I'll take this one. I think the Hurricanes cover. I think they go 20. I want to say 22-6. They'll get You guys will score. I'm gonna give you one.
Okay.
28-0.
28-0. Actually, one thing I have noticed, I don't think there's many teams that have scored above 30 this year. And there were like years where actually Swag would drop like 30, 40 on teams. Same thing with the Union. There's not much score running this year.
Yeah, over the last 2 years, last year and this year, the league has definitely seen an increase in talent. Definitely a shrinkage of the league, but I think that was a good thing just for the matter of I think the talent is it's a lot of fun. I mean, I'll tell you what, it's a lot more fun going out on a Sunday, preparing for a game as opposed to just going out for a Sunday, knowing you're going to steamroll somebody just how much.
And I've noticed around the league that it seems like flag pulling has gotten progressively better in the last couple of years. Not so many like missed tackles, people bleeding through when they should easily be, taken care of. But it looks like flag pulling is much more sharp this year and in years past, which is good to see.
And like I said in the beginning of the year, there's no more easy wins this week. I mean, VS started off bad, but now even then, they'll make you work for your win.
Oh, yeah. If they show up, they'll make you work for sure. I can guarantee that. They definitely have guys that at least when they're there, they want to play.
All right, let's go with the VS Knights while we're on that topic. The Knights, 15.5-point favorites against VS. Omar, comment on this.
I mean, we've scored only 16 or more, I think once this year. Or once or twice. I think only once. But so, I mean, if I was a betting man, honestly, I love my team, but I don't know if I would have us cover on that. Especially we might have a couple guys out still.
All right, D'Lo, what are your thoughts?
7-0 Knights.
Oh, okay.
Maybe even on a defensive touchdown.
Ooh, okay, twisting it up a bit. So my thing is, I give the Knights a lot of respect, and I do have them winning 14-12, but I think VS might be leading for a large majority. Honestly, you could actually probably talk me into a VS upset here for the first win, just because of how banged up the Knights are. But I still have the Knights going winning.
I can't see them losing just for the sole fact of in this league, if you can get to the quarterback like the Knights can, and they're bullies. I mean, if you can. That makes it very difficult. Doesn't matter how good you are. If you can get to the quarterback, that makes everything else easy.
You just called me a bully? You just called me a bully? I thought we were friends.
Well, yeah, I mean, on the field, we're definitely not. I'll tell you that. I can tell you that right now.
Bully's a little personal. Sheesh.
Wow, yeah, let's keep the name calling to a minimal here. All right, so Dime City Gladiators. Dime City is 13.5-point favorites. What do you guys think?
That's actually a tough line because I think the Gladiators are a little underrated. But I'm gonna take Dime City to cover. What was it? 13.5? You said
13.5.
Yeah, I think they cover. I think maybe 21-7, and I'll say I think the game's tight at half, and then maybe Dime City blows it open in the second half.
Interesting.
I'm only gonna go 18-6. I don't think they cover fully, but they'll win handedly. Kilkenny may get a little drive going to get a touchdown, but I think Dime City will win comfortably.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I can almost guarantee Kilkenny will run one in against them, especially because they play man.
I think he has run a couple in. I think the last 2 games I've been posting, he ran one in.
I'm sure he has. I mean, he is crafty, very crafty. I think that's the best word to describe him.
Yeah, he's pretty good in the open field. I wasn't expecting it. So I picked Dime City cover. I actually got them winning 14-0, just squeaking by the spread. My other thing is but now that I'm thinking a little bit more about it, maybe I'm thinking too much into it. I don't think Dime City's offense is there yet. I do think Gladiators has defensive line to kind of stack up against the Dime City offensive line. At the same time, Gladiators' offensive line is so bad, and Dime City's defensive line is their strength. So I'm going to stick with my pick.
It all depends what they do with Ahmad. I think it's Ahmad Harris. I think he's the most underrated player in this league, and I know everybody knows he's good, but I think he's a lot better than people even give him credit for. Almost, I don't know if I can come up with a good comparison, but he really is a solid player. I mean, he does it all for them. I've seen him rush the passer. I've seen him cover Manny. I think I've seen him play safety. He does a lot for them. He's very good.
He's a really good athlete. He's fast and he's
very
strong.
active.
He's strong too. So like he plays receiver for them as well, I believe, on the offensive end. So there's that. All right. Last game of the weekend, Swag 12.5 against the heavy hitters. You feeling confident, D'Lo? Actually, why am I even asking that? I know you are.
Oh, I'm definitely confident, but I'm not giving any bulletin board material for anybody. I'm sure they don't need it because I'm sure they see me play and they have enough, but I don't need to give extra.
All right, Omar, it's on you then.
Tight game. Swag 14-12. I was gonna think like a full score, but I think it might just be a difference of extra points.
So I'm down to see. I think it'd be the first shootout this year. Swag. Actually, I have heavy hitters in the upset, 25-20. I think heavy hitters' momentum is going to carry them right now. Their first 2 wins were against not so good teams, but this last week they really beat a good team. I just think that they're catching fire at the right moment. They have the athletes to match up with you guys, D'Lo. I think they legitimately do.
Yeah, they do. I mean, I'm going to tell you right now what I've noticed that they do, and I haven't seen anybody in this league do it really. They send 5 guys like maniacs. Like they're just sending the house. I mean, it's very. I've never seen anybody do it before, and
they're very aggressive. Yeah, yeah. But I don't think it's going to be a shootout. I think both defenses are solid, and in years past, everyone's talked about Swag's offense, but I think their defense has been more than respectable. So
you have no idea how much I get from my guys that they don't talk enough about our defense. And I always say, listen, you want them to talk about our defense? Let's go, and let's just start shutting teams out.
They may not be like the flashiest team where they get like the most picks or rush to pass or like crazy, but they don't let up a lot of points. If you look historically, they really don't.
I'm going to tell you right now. That's actually what the way I look at it is we live off of turnovers. That's all I always preach. I'm all about getting after it and getting turnovers because that deflates a game, man. If you can get a turnover, especially in field position, it's turnovers and field position, and especially in this league, if you get caught deep in your territory and you can't flip the field because a lot of these teams don't have good kickers. I mean, it's tough to bounce back because then you're talking about having to get 40, 30 yards if you don't flip the field instead of 60. That's huge, huge.
Mm-hmm. So I always thought your defense was more of it's like you said, it's a bend, don't break. Like they do a solid job in coverage. I think your front 4 is a little inconsistent. Oh, sorry. Front 4. Sorry. They're
we rush straight.
I think they're a little inconsistent. Then again, it is only 3 guys. I think your linebackers are pretty good in coverage in the sense that they keep everything in front of them. You guys don't give up big plays.
That's exactly, and that's the most important thing in this league, believe it or not. And I hate to leak my little tidbits, but you got to think about it. You don't have that many time. How many possessions do you get a game? 5, 6, 7.
Mm-hmm.
You got it. If you want to score, you have to have big plays in this league. You have to. So if you play and you keep everything in front of you and you make a team work for it, it becomes difficult to string together 5, 6, 7, 8 passes. And not a lot of people – I don't think a lot of people realize that, but, I mean, trust me, it is not easy. You can go look at the completion percentage of these quarterbacks, even the good ones.
Yeah, and scoring near the goal line is tough.
And especially
scoring near the goal line is tough. There's not enough space.
Absolutely.
In the back of the end zone. So, it's not like there's definitely not an automatic. If you're like 10 yards and in to score, it's very difficult. So, like, big plays are absolutely paramount.
I mean, I don't know if you remember, but Omar, in the 2 or 3 games we played, well, besides just this recent one that went into overtime, the 2 before that, we beat you 6-0, I think, and 6-0.
Yeah, the first game came down to an inch when I caught the ball on the goal line.
Absolutely, and then think of it, Manny scored like a 60-yard touchdown on that game.
Yeah, they're like first play of the second half.
Yep, I mean these games come down to big plays, and I don't want to try to say that like in terms of like that's the only thing that it comes down to, but a lot of the games, if you have 1 40-yard game. And then you only need to get 20 yards after that. You know what I mean? You're getting 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 plays to get 20 yards, depending on where you ended up on the field with that game.
No, you're right. Like that first game, that was a difference in the game. It was a grind every other play, but that one.
Yep. Exactly.
That play,
absolutely.
You got a 60-yard touchdown first play from scrimmage, and that was the game. That's it.
And same thing.
We didn't have anything else. Whatever happened at the end, I'm at the goal. I catch the ball at the goal line or not. Yeah, that's the difference in the game.
Yep.
The way I see
the
your guys' offensive or this team philosophy is like you guys know you're going to outscore a lot of teams. So you guys just aren't going to give up. You're going to challenge them to try to beat you by running up the score. That's the way I see your team philosophy.
I mean, there's no doubt about that. And like I said, it's because if you think about it, if you score 3 times, how difficult is it to score 3 times? That means you scored on 50% of your drives, basically. If you score 3 times in this league, it's very, very difficult. And then if you play a team that can keep up with you, then it's going to come down to extra points. And those, I cannot stress enough how important extra points are in this league. I mean, how many games I've lost when I was on GPAC and then the first year of swag. I mean, I lost probably like 10 games by 1 or 2 points. It was the most frustrating thing in the world.
And I remember, I think Omar Abbasi's 1 year with Code Red, they won a lot of games like 7-6 or just by scoring 1 touchdown, where it came to like literally a point or 2, and that was it. But yeah. So I think that's it for the most part. I mean, like I said, I'm documented for having an upset this week with heavy hitters being swag. I think this can be a juicy matchup. Yeah, that's really it for me.
I'm actually looking forward to playing them since they're new, and it's always fun to play a new team, and it's going to be fun to scream a lot because usually when it's a new team and I'm not comfortable with them, I tend to talk a little bit more, just turn it up a little bit.
Really?
So you're scared of heavy hitters?
I kind of think it's like at an all-time annoying level every week, you know?
Actually, one of my favorite moments of this season, it was Swag versus Spartans, and somehow Omar Ketanani and D'Lo both decided to get in each other's faces. Probably it was one of the shortest, 2 of the shortest guys on the field just getting each other's faces. There was a little bit of comic value to it.
Oh, absolutely. Listen, I'm here to entertain too. You know, if there's 8 people, I'm trying to entertain those 8 people.
Honestly, what goes through your head during that moment, D'Lo? Like he's like 18, like 4'11", or 5'2".
He's got to be 21, 22 now.
He's 21, 22. I was with him. He was.
Is he still in college?
Yeah, he was at NJT.
Okay.
You step on that field, it doesn't matter how old you are. You can ask Shadi. I was asking him 1 year. I was asking him for his ID to make sure he was eligible to play. Hey,
actually, in our game against you guys called out this one guy. He's 25, but you guys kept saying, "What's this high school kid doing on the field with us?" So yeah. Oh man, I guess that's it for us this week. I mean, thank you guys for coming on. It's been fun.
Oh, and definitely. And next week we'll have a new elected president when we do the show.
I'm gonna keep politics out of this show. So.
Just it'll be a change of weather.
We'll save that for the off season, our politics podcast. So, all right, guys, thanks for coming. I'll see you guys next week. Good luck this weekend.
Thanks, guys. It was fun.
You too.